Okay. I am watching the JD Vance interview on DOAC, Diary of a CEO, and JD Vance. JD Vance is actually doing pretty good. I kind of think he's. There we go. I was waiting for that. I think JD Vance is doing much better than Donald Trump. Um, in terms of long form like discussion stuff. I can barely listen to Trump talk about crap for more than a little while. But JD Vance actually sounds a little worthwhile. I don't know. Anyways. No, I should have done this earlier because the thing is like I'm an hour and a half into it, but I don't know. A lot of the topics are done with. He's given kind of politician-y answers to a lot of the stuff. Um, the thing I like about the interview is that the Diary of a CEO guy, I don't know his name, whatever. Uh, he wasn't grilling him hard, like some people may want him to like just go after him hard, like why are you blah blah blah. I don't know what questions would be really hard. I'm not deep into that, but I don't. In my opinion, he wasn't asking him like, so what is your favorite color, JD? What fruit do you prefer to have most on one of those really really hot summer days at the White House? It's not one of those kinds of weird interviews where it's just like they spend the entire time just talking totally bullshit questions. It's not like that extreme over there. So, it's not kind of like either or. It's so far it's kind of in the middle and it's doing an okay job of not ball glazing. It's not really hardcore, but the DOAC guy is giving him some questions that it's like he's trying to pry him kind of as much as you kind of can with these high level guys without like obviously if you pry I mean we've all seen the Trump interview where he was just like, you know what, that's enough, I'm leaving. You gotta try and give him enough poking, just enough that you can before they leave. Right? I think he's trying to like feel out how much he can like get at him. So it's like, okay, I get it. I don't know if they sent him a list of like approved questions or any shit like that, but yeah. It was also like the thing that they just talked about was so how did this running for president change your life? And it's like, oh, blah blah blah. It's like him talking about like his kids and like, oh, the change was dramatic. Like, and then Secret Security was like, oh, we got it, or Secret Service. Oh, they did this and blah blah blah. Like all of a sudden you got to like uproot your life and blah blah blah. And the DOAC guy was like, yeah, I realized that. It was like, when I went downstairs, like there was a guy with a gun right by the bathroom. And JD Vance comes back with, yeah, you've never been safer in your entire life. It's like, I think maybe they had somebody on his staff like prepare a couple jokes or something for him. So he's like, because that was a thing yesterday where it's like, I'm pretty sure people in like the media all around were like, dude, you gotta try and be funnier and more charming. That's like, he's definitely, it's not that he's more charming on this one, it's that he seems all around. It's not just that he just seems better put together as like a politician, and weirdly enough, JD actually seems like a better president than Trump during this fucking interview. He seems like a better Republican president right here than Trump. I don't know any better way to phrase it, but would he actually? I think he would act. I don't know. So far, I'm getting not too much of a great read on, how much of a tool he would be or anything like that. I don't know. Up until he started talking about like how he found faith and stuff, and he was just like, he started doing this whole story, and then he just was like, let me go back and I will try and find like the exact fucking quote that he used for this, because it is okay. That one's far shit away. That one's pretty far away. We can try and do both. We're hunting emirs today in Ebony, so we'll see what we can see. Okay, and then he says like, who are the people that I admire most and want to be like? And then he is about to say, the ones who are most virtuous, the ones who are the best at the things that most mattered, are Christians. Their faith motivated, not an obsession with getting ahead, but with helping people. Holy Jesus Christ and Lord in heaven. What a crock of actual poo shit coming out of his asshole and mouth at the same time. Seriously. Christians are the ones? Really? Wow. I mean, wow. Just wow. I mean, it's just like, okay. I'm just like, I don't even know. I just have to like, let me get a few minutes first. Like, I don't know. I don't know where these people are that like, it's like, oh, I had all these Christians in my life that were blah 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 and blah blah blah. It's just like, really? What? Where? Because I'm not meeting these people. I'm not seeing these kinds of people on TV, like, ever. So, and these are the kinds of people that are joining up to go to Minneapolis and various other states to round up brown people to kick out of the country. So, I mean, yeah, like, I just, like, crap out of your mouth, dude. Crap out of your mouth. And, like, on top of that, dude, like, you don't need a religious book to teach you how to not be a dick to people. You just need to not be a dick to people. And there's the magic secret. Like, I mean, I don't see what's so hard about it. I don't see how people are like, oh, you need Christ in your life, and then you'll find peace. All these religious people think you need their one particular fucking God, and then you'll be like a magically better person. And it's like, dude, no. That's not it. Just, like, that doesn't just erase. Oh man, it's such an empty promise. So yeah, that's his whole shtick about this. Just people in religion. And, another thing about people in religion is they always need to go to church together. You know, oh, you know, it, why do you need to go to church together, too? Seriously. You need to build a big old building where all of you go to church together and not pay any taxes to have your little club and do all of this organizing and influence the rest of society. But again, you don't get to pay taxes. That's a bunch of bullcrap for the rest of us that don't get to do the exact same thing. The best we got is 103C nonprofit or charities. Oh boy. So what else is he gonna say that's aggravatingly bullcrappy? Well, about AI, Vance just said he doesn't think we'll have mass unemployment. He just thinks we'll have mass inequality, and that's bad. So what does he call? What do we have now then? I mean, I'm not really in the streets, day in, day out. But like, I buy groceries often enough to know, and I buy cigarettes often enough to know that that's just, I looked at the price of them again. So I buy stuff often enough to know that stuff is going up in price too fast. Now, another thing I just want to add here is, the Democrat lefty way of handling this is just to raise the minimum wage. It's like you can only do that so much because it's like in war with weapons. You make a club, somebody makes a shield. You make a sword, they make a better shield. You make arrows. You fire the arrows while the shield's on, then you make a gun, and well, shields are worthless now. Then the other side makes artillery so that whatever. It's a constant back and forth. The same thing with minimum wage. It's like I like raising the minimum wage. It's a good idea, but these people basically control the economy. So every time the minimum wage gets raised, they just use that as an excuse. They're like, well, you just increased my labor costs. So now either I fire people or I raise the cost of shit. And it's like, there is some truth to that, yes. However, also, you are a fucking asshole. So, we have mountains of data that show you are paying yourselves, the rich people are paying themselves way more than they need to be paid. And they have been doing this now since fucking Reagan. They have been paying themselves way more than everybody else in America. Why? Because it's legal. Because we have no laws saying something like, oh, you can't do that. We have a minimum wage, but we don't have a maximum wage or a maximum pay or a maximum this. We don't have any laws saying, yeah, sorry, you fucking can't have this much money, so we're just taking it and we're giving it to everybody else. Because that wouldn't be America. That wouldn't be freedom. America is built on the philosophy of, hey, fuck you. You have too much. It's my right as an American to fucking pay my employees as little as possible. As absolutely tiny, teensy weensy pennies on the dollar as possible, so that I, as the owner, can fucking make as much as possible by paying my employees shit as possible, making the shittiest product as possible that looks as pretty as possible, and selling it to as many idiots as possible, while just barely following the fucking laws and hoping my product doesn't blow up in a little pretty blonde girl's face, so that I have to pay out a lawsuit, and I can amass enough money for coke and hookers, and maybe a nice orgy on the side. And that's fucking America. That's real America. All of the other stories, every other story that you hear that's nice and pretty and beautiful and sunshine and rainbows and shit is bullshit. All of the rest of them are total bullshit. All right. What I said before about coke and hookers, that's the truth. Don't ever believe that, the good billionaire and stuff is the status quo 99% truth. No, it's not. And you know how I know that's the truth? Because who do you think? What kind of person do you think is attracted to you mean I can screw everyone over and it's legal and I can make a ton of money? Excellent. Does that attract Jesus Christ people, or does that attract fucking assholes? Yeah. Just think about it mentally for a second. And all things being equal, 1,000 people starting at the start line, which people will run fastest to get to that? Oh, I'm going to fuck over as many people as possible. Yeah, it's the evil dicks. That will run much, much faster than the Jesus Christ people. Yeah, the Jesus Christ people are not. They're like, I'm just trying to help people. I'm going to stop and help that baby on the way to the finish line. No, the dicks are going to kick the babies in the face in order to get to the finish line of, the $1 billion finish line. Oh, they're kicking babies. They're knocking over fucking children on swing sets. Oh, they're stepping over people. Oh, they're punching grandmas in the face. They're doing everything. Legal? I give a shit about legal. Fuck. And Trump is the best fucking example of that shit. He's the president, and he is behaving like a dime store fucking hoodlum thug bastard. So, what the fuck do you think America really is? I mean, all you have to do is look back to before it was founded. The colonial powers were bringing slaves over here to do work. Do you really think this was going to be a nation founded on fucking heavenly virtues? I mean, come on. So, whatever. I mean, you can't wash away 400 years of sin with a guy like Trump doing what Trump is doing. That is bullshit. And Vance, of course, is sitting on this DOAC guy, a black guy's fucking podcast, YouTube channel show, talking about all this fucking bullshit, doing that. It's just like, blah, blah. Seriously, what are we doing? How do Americans still swallow this shit? It's just like, man, you guys have been told this fucking story too many times, too long, since you were too fucking young. And you don't have decent parents. You don't have a parent smart enough and willing enough to tell you while you were like 4 or 5, oh, Santa Claus? Yeah, that's bullshit. It's like, no, I bought you the presents. Santa Claus does not exist. You need to be told that shit early enough so that you can like start figuring out all this crap doesn't exist. Unless, of course, you're naturally smart enough to be like, oh yeah, that's bullcrap. It's a nice story. I mean, I love Christmas stories because, they're great. I love Hollywood, but you know, you got to understand like the difference between fiction and fact. So yeah, whatever. JD Vance. He keeps he keeps saying that collective bargaining is Christian, and like he said this before, like collective bargaining was Christian, and like he said something about like Republicans and conservatives are so like they misunderstand the writings of Karl Marx. And this is another thing Christians, just right wing people are doing. They're like Marxism and Darwinism, and it's like, okay, first of all, there is no such thing as Marxism and Darwinism. You know how I know that? Because ism, you put ism on something, and it means that it's a religion or a philosophy or some kind of ideology or philosophy or something like that that has a bleh on there. And Marx didn't really write a philosophy. He just wrote like treatises and stuff like that. He had a book with some ideas in it. That's all. And Darwin had a scientific theory. He did not have a philosophy or anything like that at all. He had a scientific theory. So there is no such thing as Darwinism. There's not a religion there. It's like, oh, the God of evolution. Oh, evolution God, come down and evolve me, God of evolution. Oh, I pray to God of evolution. No, it doesn't fucking exist. So stop using that word. You're an idiot. You don't know language and you don't know anything. Get out of my world. Die. Just kill yourself because you're stupid. I'm tired of these people that are too stupid to be existing in the same universe as me. All right, just go. All right, he said something about the um, president uh, DOAC. The the order it was is like the United States should own a stake in these AI companies, and JD Vance was like, well, the president likes that idea. Blah blah blah. It's like, well, I don't know where they got that idea from, but I've been saying that for a while now. That the U.S. government should own a stake in any big company that is U.S. based and is if it's U.S. based, it's making a big profit, and it's at the same time not paying a lot of taxes because tax laws are so shitty, whatever. Then I mean, either pay taxes or fucking we get to own 20% of the fucking company. We, as in the United States of America. Enough, a big enough portion, a big enough stake in the company so that the country can earn dividends and have a seat on the board. That way, essentially, uh, the American people can be like, well, We can know what the fuck you're doing, and we can be like, well, we don't want this to happen, so fuck off. We have a vote in the company policies. We can appoint someone. The we can, like, the Senate Majority Leader can appoint someone during the Senate terms, the Senate term, and yada yada. So it'd be like, for example, Apple. The U.S. government would own 20% of Apple, and it's like, fine, you don't like that, then we own 100% of Apple, and suck nuts. It's either 20 or it's 100, so I'm betting you're going to go with 20. And I'm just throwing numbers out because everybody. It's easier to work with numbers than with some or all. Just whatever. But that's the kind of thing I was talking about. I have been talking about for a while. It was easier. It was easier to say. And again, I don't know where the fuck they got that from, but that's what I was talking about. It would have been easier. It would have been better just to tax corporations on their fucking earnings. That would have been a better thing to do, but politicians don't like to do that because they like to be bought off and whatever. So now we have to turn to something a little more innovative. And Vance just talked about, okay, he was like, you can't just take money from rich people and give it to others and have that be the salvation of society. You said you have to give working people a stake in blah 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 and blah 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 blah. And you have to give working people a voice, a seat at the negotiating table, and blah blah blah. Republicans are doing these kinds of things all the time. They're always trying to essentially play the shell game. All right, let's move let's distract. No, bitch. You have the money. Give it to me. You've been stealing it for 40 years. More than 40 years. You fucks have been stealing the money for more than 40 years, and it's been gathering fucking interest for 40 years. It's been compounding interest for 40 fucking years. The money off the backs of the fucking workers for 40 fucking years. Do you know what happens when you steal a nickel from 10 million people every day, put it in a bank account, and let that shit compound for 40 fucking years? Do the fucking math, motherfucker. Pause. Do the math. One nickel, 10 million people, every day. And that's kind of what they've been doing from the American fucking worker. So, I mean, Now, I mean, now is now it's 2026. It's way past time to pay the fucking bill. I mean, this bullshit. Just another day, another bullshit game. So, I mean, how many times do we have to hear another bullshit excuse from another bullshit guy in a bullshit suit with a bullshit mustache or beard or some kind of fucking orange hair shit? Give me the money. Give me the money, or I will cut your fucking tongue, dick, and balls off. And come on and fucking give me the money. Seriously, I got a baseball bat with your name on it, bitch. It's called Louisville Dick Slugger. And you know what? Me and 330 million other people, I don't think we want to wait any longer. We don't want a seat at the collective bargaining table, whatever. Our bargain is give us the motherfucking money, or we're gonna start looking for you motherfuckers, and we're gonna burn a path to wherever you are. And when we get there, oh, you better have my motherfucking money. Okay, well, it's getting to the end of it, and the reason I clicked on it was that thumbnail about the alien thing, and I was just like, what? That doesn't really make sense. The wording of it was like really weird, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is this about. And it was an okay interview. JD handled himself pretty well, other than him being, 178% full of crap, which is to be expected. He is a kind of career politician, so, and he's a Republican, so, I mean, what do you expect? Full of crap, and the crap is also full of lies. So, I mean, if you expect anything good to come out of that guy's mouth, I mean, aim to be either disappointed or you are. I got a jar of farts to sell you, and they came out of Jesus's ass, so they are very expensive. So yeah, that was it. There was nothing. And at the end of the video, DOAC was like, "Oh yeah, I've interviewed a lot of Christians and blah blah blah. They're so nice and blah blah blah." So I just left a comment and was like, dude, you're so full of crap. It's like, why don't you talk to? There's something about why don't you talk to like neo-Nazis and people that go to protest gay marriage and abortion clinics and stuff like that. It's like, why don't you just talk to a bunch of ignorant ass bastards? It's like, oh yeah, you only want to talk to people with glazed nuts. So anyways, fuck it. That's kind of why I stopped watching DOAC, basically. I'm still subscribed because every once in a while something weird and interesting comes across like that. But it's just like, yeah. Usually what happens when people get a channel when people get up past 1.5 million to 3, whatever it is, they start doing safer. I mean, if they're not already doing safe kind of like, hey, look at me, I do this, Mr. Beast like shit, they just kind of start doing, you know, it's like stuff that I'm like, oh, okay, so now you're doing this, like, it's just like, man, whatever, I don't even care. You're doing too much general audiences type stuff now. If you have too big of an audience that you're like trying to not lose, like you got like 5 million subscribers, you're trying to not make one video that makes you lose like 500,000 or 1,000,000 of those people all with one video. It's like you're a YouTuber, but also you're a politician at the same time. It's like, I got a whole staff of like 12 people. I don't want to like do something wrong that's going to make me have to like fire one of them. It's like, yeah. Or on the other hand, like maybe you just like say, fuck it. And like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Cause like, fuck it. You know, like, I'm going to go over here and just light this on fire. Cause like, yeah, it's a random car just lighting on fire. I'm like, let's see if I can fucking get out of this. Because, I don't know, who gives a shit? I'm gonna go across the border and fucking take a shit on this guy's lawn. Put the American flag on it and be like, I claim this land in the name of fucking America, you piece of shit. Here's the shit to prove that you're a piece of shit with the American. Anyways, whatever. Thanks, Rich. Decap Rich. Tax wealth not work. Boobs.